Back to the review. This time I'm doing problem number 3, which is cosine 2x is equal to 1 minus tangent square over 1 plus tangent square. Well, you should know what 1 plus tangent square is. If you're trying to figure out what 1 plus tangent square is, you will say this is actually 1 minus tangent squared of x on top, and on the bottom 1 plus tangent square is actually secant square of x. Now I will split it in two. This is equal to 1 over secant squared of x minus tangent squared of x over secant squared of x. Well, my goal is to get to cosine 2x. I don't see the cosine 2x here yet, but I will bring the cosine out of all these trig functions. So this is equal to 1 over, secant is 1 over cosine squared of x, minus the tangent is sine squared of x over cosine squared of x, over 1 over cosine squared of x. Well, if I apply the copy change flip here, on this one, I will have 1 over 1 over cosine squared of x, which just give me the cosine squared of x. I will do this one in parentheses. This whole thing is actually sine squared of x over cosine squared of x times cosine squared of x over 1. So the cosine squared of x will actually simplify here, and I'll be left with just the sine squared of x. So all this expression that I have here is just sine squared of x. And if you check on your green paper, cosine squared of x minus sine squared of x is actually cosine 2x. On problem number 4, of course, I will start with the fraction, the one that looks very complicated. The first thing you need to notice is that on the bottom, I once again have 1 plus tangent squared. So this whole thing is actually the secant squared of 1/2 x. And on top, I will leave it as 2 times the tangent of 1/2 x. Looking at my answer, I have a sign there. So I will change this into sine and cosine. So this is 2 times the sine of 1/2 x over the cosine of 1/2 x. The whole thing is divided by the secant square, meaning 1 over the cosine squared of 1/2 x. Now I will go ahead and apply my copy change flip here. That will be 2 times the sine of 1/2 x. I'm copying the top over the cosine of 1/2 x. Change it to multiplication and flip the bottom by saying it's cosine squared of 1/2 x over 1. Now to simplify this cosine 1/2 x will go away with the power here. So I'm left with 2 sine of 1/2 x times the cosine of 1/2 x. Note that this is very similar to 2 sine x cosine x. And you know that 2 sine x cosine x is actually the sine of 2x. So if instead of x there, I put 1/2 everywhere, in other words, I'm saying 2 sine 1/2 x cosine 1/2 x, and I also put 1/2 here, the 1/2 and the 2 we cancel is actually the sine of x. So this is equal to sine of 2 times 1/2 x, which is equal to the sine of x. On problem number 5, I have the secant of x minus pi over 2 is equal to the cosecant of x. I know that there is an easier way to solve this, but I will use the most logical method. The easiest way would be to use the cofunction, but it's a little tricky. So I will go step by step using the normal way to solve it. So secant is 1 over cosine. So I will say it's 1 over cosine of x minus pi over 2. Well, what is cosine of x minus pi over 2? I will say this is equal to 1, again, over cosine of x minus pi over 2 is cosine x cosine pi over 2. Since this is minus, it's going to change into plus, and this will be sine x and sine of pi over 2. Note that in case you forgot, pi over 2 is located here where the coordinates are 0, 1. So the cosine of pi over 2 is 0. So this whole portion will be 0. And the sine of pi over 2 is 1. This one is 1. 1 times sine is sine. So this is 1 over the sine of x, which is equal to the cosecant of x. I believe this is it for the proof part of your review.